The Thesis Footer Widgets plugin is a powerful tool for adding and styling widget areas in the footer of your thesis-based WordPress website. Hi, this is Melissa, and I will show you how to download, install, and use the Thesis Footer Widgets plugin. You can download the plugin from the thesistoolbox.com, but first you have to log into the site. This is a free plugin, but you do need to be a free member in order to download it. Now once you're logged in, click on the Free Plugins tab, scroll down a bit, and hit Learn More about this plugin, and it will lead you to the download page. Now we scroll down a little bit and hit the download button. Now when you are done downloading the plugin, then you can go over to your dashboard and install the plugin. So just scroll down to Plugins, select Add New, and then hit Upload. Now you can choose the file from your computer and select Install Now. And now you can activate the plugin. So if this is the first time that you've installed one of our plugins, then you will see that it has created a BYOB Thesis Plugins Menu. And the first page is a summary page of the various plugins that are currently available, with links off to the site for plugin list and link to the forum. And then below that is the Footer Widgets plugin, and this is the settings page. The Footer Widgets plugin allows you to create up to 3 rows of widget areas in the footer. And each row can be further divided into up to 5 columns of widget areas. Thus, it is possible for you to have as many as 15 widget areas in your footer. So if you go over to the site, it will allow you to draw a plugin area over here, and then another one below it, and then allow you to divide a widget area into as many columns of widget areas as you like, up to 5. So you can have up to 5 widget columns, and in each row of columns, you can have up to 3 rows and 15 widget areas in your footer. Now I created it this way, assuming that you might have a big call to action in one widget area, and then you'd have this typical fat footer widget area here, which will do various things with the different rows here. And then at the very bottom you'd have a couple of other widget areas that would have some kind of attribution text or something like that. That is the concept that Rick had in mind when he created this plugin, so that is what we can do here. So if you go back over to our dashboard, and under the number of footer widget rows, you can create up to 3 rows, but we're going to create only 1 at the moment. Now it also asks you about your thesis license. If you have a developer's license, and you can turn off the thesis attribution. Now if you don't have a developer's license, then the attribution is supposed to stay there. But since we do have a developer's license, so I will check that and hit save. Next we come down to our footer row setting. We have 1 footer row, and in this 1 footer row I'm going to give us 4 widget columns. And then hit save again so that it repopulates our choices here. In fact, if we come over to the site and refresh this, you will see the result of it now. Here's our footer widget area, and we've got 4 widget columns. And if we come over and look at our widgets here for a second, you will see that we now have 4 new sidebars. So we've got footer row 1, widget column 1, footer row 1, widget column 2, widget column 3, and widget column 4. Now this is the leftmost widget column, and this is the rightmost widget column. So the numbering goes from left to right and from top to bottom. Now if we come back over here and add a second row and hit save. And then for the footer row 2, we also tell it how many widget columns we want. So let's just say that we want 2 columns. Hit save. And then we go back to the site and refresh this. And now you will see that the footer row 2 dropped in below. Now if I wanted to put one above this, what I really have to do is to take footer row 1 and make it the top one, and the next one I would add would actually go down below. So it's probably best for you to set this up the way you want it the first time, but I'm going to go ahead and go back to one footer row for a moment. Hit save. And we go back to widgets. Okay, so we have 4 widget columns, and in footer row 1 I'm going to put recent posts and say it's recent posts and hit save. And then in column 2 I am going to put categories and call that categories. We're not going to display it as a drop down, but we will show hierarchy and post counts. And hit save. And in widget column 3, we'll go ahead and take links. And rather than all links, I'm just going to select blog roll and hit save. And now in widget column 4, I'm just going to put a text widget. And we're just going to say contact information. And then we'll automatically add paragraphs and hit save. So if we come back over to our site and hit refresh, you can see that here's our 4 widgets.